Season 4 with the guys here at Division 4 at what I shouldn't say what looks to be, because it is a wet qualifying session here at the Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium. And I am not joined by Ghost this weekend. He is at his brother's wedding. So I am back in the comms box here with Laforndo Norwanes. How are you doing today, Lando?
I'm doing well. I'm glad to be back in the commentary box at a very soaking wet Spa circuit. I have found out from numerous sources that it will be a fully wet quali, but it should be good enough for Imters, and it will be a fully dry race. So we're going to see a lot of conflicting setups and strategies for quali and the race. But yeah, no, I think it should be a good one.
Yeah, I think wet quality always spices thing up, and especially that the race is dry. I don't think many people would want to go for a wet setup here.
Yeah, you want to find the balance between having enough downforce to get onto the traction, and also then having a good race setup. But I believe Goldie is going to be the first one to start a lap. Do you want to take us through the lap out?
Yes, I will, if I can get to him real quick. So as he comes across the line, very short pit straight, a very classic one at that, as he heads down to the first corner named La Source, a very tight hairpin that breaks down to the apex. And now as he runs down towards the infamous El Rouge and Redion complex, we're right on board now. It's going to be tricky in the wet. It may be flat out, but he does lift. Just trying to set a lap time. It's too early to make those big risks. It's now down the Kemmel Straight, fastest part of the circuit, and now he's going to brake here for the Lake Calm chicane. Right, left, and now back right. Very calm, very collected through the section there. Now down, so I believe this is Ravage. I could be wrong. Off camber, very easy to lose the car there. Now through No Name. Gets it onto the curbing pretty good there. Runs onto the grass. He's got to get off the grass if he wants to take Puhan. Easy. Does he run a bit wide? He runs a bit wide. We will get the track map up, and he did not invalidate that lap.
Sorry to cut in, but Brandon and MC have both lost at Upper Rouge, and they've both retired at the top of the Rouge.
Are they both out?
Losing the traction. Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, both of them. Both put on the wet. It's half and half at the moment. It will be getting lighter in terms of the rain. But yeah, Brandon and MC will be starting P18 and P17.
Oh, Goldie! Oh no, Goldie lost it there through Blanchimont, and he is out of qualifying. That's a hard impact there into the wall.
Nolan's coming up to finish his lap. He's going through Blanchimont, and oh my. The driver's really struggling. He'll be the first one to put a lap on the board. As he comes through the bus stop, nice and cautiously, just trying to get on the traction, and he's going to set a 1 minute 58.6, which for the full wet tyres is very impressive.
Yeah. Usually full wet conditions around here are running about the 2 minute mark, so that's actually a really good time.
Definitely. Mike is on a flying lap. Who is that coming into the bus stop? It is Frosty on the Inter tyre, so this will prove whether the Inters, the Inters are definitely faster. He goes provisional pole 1.6 seconds quicker. So yeah, drivers are definitely going to be as Mike and
I think
Mike and Philippe both lost it at Blanchimont. They managed to not do what Goldie did, as Connor puts in a 58.3. Storm is now redrawn. Kieran is in the wall, and that is just at the end of Sector 2.
There's a lot of things happening. I believe there's a McLaren or a Renault there off at no name as well.
I believe he was letting Fuzz, no, not Fuzz, Adri through. As Fuzz comes up to the line on the full wet, so this is going to be, actually this is a pretty decent lap. As he goes P2 on the wet, so the Inters I think are still a little bit quicker, but they're, yeah, it's very close. As the championship leader Don coming through the final chicane, and he's just setting up for it. I believe he must have lost it on the final, on his previous lap, yeah, doing a 2:08. Adri has invalidated. As Nolan, he's a second up on the wets. Obviously, some of the driver as he comes across the line and he goes pole with a 56.7. Obviously, a lot of the drivers will be running for as Kieran is off again at the bus stop. LFC invalidated this lap, so he will go for another lap. But yeah, a lot of drivers will be. They'll probably put in, I'd probably say 4 to 5 laps of fuel.
Yeah, it's easy to make
just
a lot
to
of
give
runs.
them, yeah, because the wet, especially the wet tyres, just do not wear. Obviously, the Inters, the rears of the Inters will slowly start to go off. Obviously, the drivers get, I believe it's 3 sets of each for the whole weekend. So, obviously, with no wet running in the race, as LFC has gone off after Rouge as well. Yeah, no wet running in the race, so they will not have to worry about any tyres. As Philippe does a 56.1 on the Inters. So yeah, the track definitely starting to evolve a bit and get quicker. As Rajon has gone where Goldie did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, I think he's actually on his side. Oh my goodness, hold on. Right on board with the Red Bull of Heated.
With Heated.
Ah, he just disappeared.
He disappeared.
I do believe Rajon was on his side.
Oh, that's
my
not what
goodness.
you want to see.
Yeah. So here comes Heated, here comes Don.
Don is 10 seconds up, but you'd hope so on a 2:08 as he comes across the line. 55.8 from Don, who has a healthy lead in the championship currently.
Yeah. I think right now Don is just trying to limit any sort of damage he can put on himself in this qualifying session, and even in the race.
Adri will be the next across the line. Taking it nice and easy. He comes across the line to go P2 with a 55.7, so it's starting to become what we were hoping for, and a lot closer between all of the drivers. Storm starts his lap after rejoining. Frosty is 2 seconds up on his lap, so if he can hold it through here, he's going to be on provisional pole. He comes across the line for a 54.2. He is 1.4 seconds quicker than Heated. That is a crazy lap. Wow, and that will be on 3 lap-old Inters. And you've got to think that he will be surely getting quicker as Adri is set a purple sector 1. Philippe invalidated his last lap. Don is 1.3 seconds down on his lap. Some very close times as there is 8 minutes left in the session.
See Don drifting into the pit lane after catching a bit of the curb there for the bus stop chicane. And I do not believe...
I just came on board with Adri over Blanchemont, and he was one of the first drivers I've seen, as he goes P2, one of the first drivers I've seen to actually take it flat. which is very impressive as Mike goes into P3 with a 54.8.
And Storm goes up to P6, 56.0.
As Frosty is 6 thumbs up on his time, and he does a 53.8. And you gotta think, maybe the Renault driver, he's 7 tenths ahead, as Mike has retired Atto Rouge. Just running award us, yeah, gone off to the right. That's unfortunate for Mike, although he's got a 8-tenth buffer. 8-tenth buffer to here. Or as I say that, Philippe goes into provisional pole with a 33.7. But yeah, Mike hopefully will be getting a good start from that, even though he retired. Yeah, you got a feel for Rajon, MC, Goldie, and Brandon not being able to get a representative lap time in.
Yeah.
With Kieran hasn't set a lap yet, but he's coming up to the bus stop now. Going a little bit deep. It's all about attraction as he comes across the line and does a 57.0. Not the quickest, but he's still in the top 10. Obviously, the drivers can start on weather tyres because of the wet weather.
Yeah. Should play into some strategies pretty well. Edge is a little bit slow there.
Oh, this is going to be... Oh, Adri blocks Storm. And yes, I think Storm's lap. That was a bit...
Yeah, he's
that was a bit closest. Yeah. Adri just on the inside, coming through Blunchmark. Mads goes into P3 with the rev counter glitch. As Frosty goes back into P1 with another 4-tenth buffer. So the two. Just looking at Don, he's currently 2.4 seconds off as LFC has retired Atto Rouge as well. Let's see, running aboard with Connor, where did he get? Off to the right, I get a lot of drivers going off to the right. Nolan's crashed the Blanchimont.
Oh no.
Let's see, on board with Don, yeah, where Rajon and Goldie did.
Yep, this time he's on all 4 wheels. Well, maybe 3. As one's probably off, but that is our... So everyone
There's now only 11 drivers left in this qualifying session.
I was gonna say, everyone that's retired has crashed. No one's retired on their own free will.
Yep.
So the wet
every
conditions
single
are absolutely catching people out.
It's always a struggle.
Yeah.
Never easy. Never just gonna be a Sunday drive for the drivers. Especially with what seems to be changing conditions. Obviously, a few drivers going, well, half the field going out on full wets, deciding it was too wet for the inters, and then half the field just trying to send it on the inter tyres.
Yeah.
We've got Mad coming through Blanchimont. Can he keep going flat through it? The rev counter glitch, very annoying, but...
And he pulls into bits.
Oh, as he pulls into bits, he should just be able to get... Ooh, actually... I'm not sure if he can get something up. It'll take him about a minute to get in and get back out again. Let's say his teammates... Oh, actually... Oh, Mads may have held up Danny. Danny not set a lap time yet. He's still in the pit lane. As most of the drivers will come out to start their final laps. Heated coming up to the bus stop. It's looking like a fairly quick lap for 150 coming out of the chicane. That's all line nice and early on the traction, and he goes into P1 on a 53.2.
So now we head back towards Don. He heads into the bus stop chicane. He went purple sector 1 and 2 through the bus stop. This is going to be a quick lap of 50 as he gets on the power. It's going to be close. He's short shifting, but it's not enough. A 54.2, so
He's
a whole
1
second
second
down.
off. I do wonder if maybe few drivers like Frosty and Heated have got a little bit more downforce, and Don might have just put the rear and front wing down a bit just to be able to get that extra straight line speed. As Kieran he's the first driver to retire in the pit lane. Danny, it will not set a lap time in this session. That's very interesting. From the Ferrari driver.
Yeah.
I will have a check. I do not believe he's actually come out the pit lane. No, he has not actually come out of the pit lane. Yeah, he just hasn't come out the pit lane in quali, so I'm not sure what's wrong. As Heated has set a... Oh, okay, I don't know why that came up saying fast lap Heated, but...
So I believe now
Heated on a...
Adri starts his lap.
Heated on a fast lap, let's have a look. Go through sector 2 split. No, he's 8 seconds down, he's set just on his out lap. Oh, Philippe's gone off. In sector 2, Philippe is... Okay, Philippe is on the soft compounder tyre.
He is.
That's a bold... I mean, it has stopped raining.
Yeah,
but it is way too wet. It's surely too wet, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, Philippe's not going to make it to the line now, but... That was a very bold strategy. I thought that was a graphical glitch or something. No, yeah, Philippe. I believe Philippe was the only man to try on... I mean, fair play to the McLaren driver to try something different. However... It has not paid out. Philippe obviously P4 at the moment. He does have a 4 temps buffer to P5, and then obviously Connor's retired, so he's got 8 temps to Adri, who is only a temp up coming into sector 3. Or he's just gone 7 temps up, so he's very close to Philippe, who's spun again, coming over the start-finish line. I do hope he won't get disqualified. Storm comes across the line to finish P7 currently. Don will not improve his lap time, so Don will start P3, provided nobody else can beat him. Adri coming through the final corner, he comes across the line, and Adri goes to P2, so Don gets pushed down. Who else is on the lap? Heated is 2 seconds down.
And now here comes Buzz in the other McLaren, the teammate to Adri, as they run through the bus stop. Can he put this McLaren up any higher than 12th on the grid? It seems very likely. This actually might be a pretty good lap. Gets him up to P4. Don down to P5. He's now heated through Blanchimont, nice and steady. It has stopped raining, but you can still see there's a bit of spray coming off those intermediate tires. So soft's not an option as Heated pulls into the pits.
Matt is on a very quick lap.
Oh no, Calvin! He's spun out of what I believe is Campus Corner. I believe that would have been a really good lap there.
Calvin was 2.5 temps up. That would have been possibly pole if he could have hold it. Matt was 6 temps up in the second sector. Is he going to beat Don? He's going to P4. Don's down to P6. And yeah, Don, 4 temps off of pole. Adri and Heated must be very happy that Frosty spun it on his final lap.
Yeah.
And yeah, that will be the final action in qualifying.
Yep. And that's the grid. It should be.
Unless there is any penalties, but I don't know about you, but I did not see any penalties. No, there is no penalties. A lot of drivers DNFing now.
Yeah.
Yes, seven drivers DNF'd in that session as DRS gets enabled with 20 seconds left in the session.
I mean, if it's there, it's there. You gotta use it.
I'm sure the AI cars that will be cruising around will love the DRS, but yep, Adri's car just planting the throttle with the DRS open. But there we go.
Yep, so there is the grid here for the Belgium Grand Prix. For the guys at D4, it is heated, taking pole position with the 53.2. 1/10 down from him was Adri, and then Calvin will round out the top three. Going down the rest of the grid is Mads, Fuzz, Don, Philippe, Connor, Storm, and Kieran, your top 10. And then everybody else is Mike, Nolan, Raj. They have all set times. MCR, Danny Boy, Goldie, Brandon, and LFC all did not set a time. And I believe, what was it? 7 drivers crashed out of qualifying.
Yep, seven drivers crashed out. Obviously Brandon, LFC and Goldie and MC not actually setting any time. Danny also not setting a time, but he did not retire. He just sat in the pits for the whole session, which is a bit strange for the Ferrari driver, but yep, at least he is not starting at the very back of the grid. I'm very intrigued though to see the different strategies, as none of the drivers have to start on a specific tyre. But yeah, hopefully we will get 22 laps of green flag racing. Obviously, it is sparse, so crashes are very likely, but who would you say is your... What would you say your top 3 if you had to predict?
I'm going to wait for the starting positions, but I guess I can just go back in the live stream to see. Let's see here. I am going to pick Calvin for the win. Don will get P2. And I feel like Nolan will come back from 12th on the grid.
Ooh, comes
to
from
take
12th?
third. Yeah.
Ooh, okay. I'm gonna actually say I reckon Adri is gonna pick up a win. Obviously, picked up the win in Austria, starting 13th. Obviously, with all of the safety cars, got a very nice strategy. But yeah, I reckon Don will finish P2 as well, and I could see a P as Danny.
Oh.
I think Danny might be AFK, but we'll have to watch out for that on the line. Hopefully his car will ghost, not get in the way of Goldie, Brandon, or left. So yeah, I reckon P3 is going to be between Heated, Philippe, and Nolan. I reckon.
Yeah.
A few different, obviously, Adri and Fuzz and Peter, both the Mercedes drivers going on the mediums. You got Rajion. Oh yeah, Danny. Okay. Rajion and MC and P13 and 14 on the mediums, and then Goldie, Brandon, and LFC as well on the mediums. So not that many. Yeah, it's an easy one stop. Both of the pit strategies is lap 8 to lap 10 if you're on the softs. The mediums will probably go. We could see people pitting as early as lap 12 because the tyre wear is not as awful as other tracks, but you don't want to be on the wrong rubber at the wrong time.
Yes, absolutely, and it's going to be interesting to see with Adrian Fuzz starting this high up on the grid and on those medium tires how far ahead they can get when the soft runners pit, and also how fast they will be at the end of the race when they go on to most likely the soft compound tires.
It's going to be also interesting if they're next to each other on track. Who is going to get the pit stop preferential treatment? Because we could see it where they could be battling for the win, and both of them might want to pit, say on lap 13 or lap 14, and whoever's in front is going to get the best strategy. But yeah, it's going to be a very, very interesting race. Hopefully not too many crashes, but it's the nature of the track. We normally see a safety car,
It's Belgium.
but hopefully not too many.
Yep. This track is Belgium. It is the Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps, and it is one of the fastest circuits on the Formula One calendar. So crashes are always a possibility, but we will get the 5 red lights. There's the 5th one. It is lights out, and we are racing here in Belgium. It seems like a pretty good start from Heated as he pulls away. He might be able to pull off to the left-hand side there and get it, as I believe Mads up the inside tries to get the move done, but just couldn't. We're in some really bad camera angles here, but Heated has pulled away. He will be up into the lead. Single file through El Rouge, it seems like it. Everyone keeping it mostly clean. And it seems like LFC there in the back, he has dropped off quite a bit. Spaz there on the inside of Kieran. Oh, as I believe Calvin, yes, Calvin a bit wide there through the Lake Calm chicane. Cuts back up onto the track. Everyone seems okay so far.
Yeah, very, very clean in turn 1. I've just seen a beautiful move by Philippe. He was actually on the grass coming through Lake Club as he drifts through Mooney, but yeah, he was on the grass going around the outside of Adri and managed to get in front of the medium compound tire. Yeah, Mads was very deep into turn 1. I do not believe he got wing damage.
No, it does
No,
not
he
look
didn't
like it.
manage to avoid it. Yeah, but he was made contact with the Red Bull of Heated. Philippe up 3 positions. Your biggest losers currently, Calvin and Fuzz on the mediums. But yeah, it's gonna start to become a little bit single file. You've got Goldie looking at the back of Mike that just can't get past. And as soon as the DRS kicks in as well, as we have Don looking for a move on Adri.
Oh,
You're seeing the flag of
LFC.
LFC. Pretty much more, and it says a safety
It's a
car.
full safety car.
Anybody? Oh, and it's
Oh my.
Goldie and Mike were just racing into the pit lane there.
And they made a bit of contact. I'm hoping they didn't get any wing damage from that.
No, they got a couple of penalties though. Mike, Calvin, well, Mike got 2 5-second time penalties. Is he serving them in the pit stops now?
No, he's not.
No, Mike got wing damage though.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Goldie. Yeah, so Goldie will jump Mike, yeah, but Mike with wing damage. The 5-second time penalties probably will be removed though because of the safety car just being released like straight away, and not enough reaction time from a certain few people. But we got Goldie pitted onto the hards, and Mike has pitted onto the medium, so very early for those mediums.
Yeah.
I think Mike will be able to hold on, but
It's going to be very, very iffy there towards the end. He will definitely be in puncture territory. Probably the last 3-4 laps of this race. But the drivers race on under safety cars. The safety car is waiting at the bottom of El Rouge. And the drivers are just now coming through launching mode, so the safety car not picking them up. So we probably won't go back racing until I'd say about lap 5, 6.
Yeah, we are still on lap 2. Does anybody pit? I don't believe anyone will be. Because yeah, it is very early. And yeah, no one pits, obviously apart from Goldie and Mike.
Yep.
But yeah, on to lap 3 now, and yeah, I think we could not see any green flag racing until lap 5 or 6, but this will help all of the people on the softs, obviously Adri and Fuzz on the mediums, and Rajon MCR, as there's a few. There's a bit of a kerfuffle with Fuzz. Don's just made up 2 positions under the safety car. I'm not sure what's that about, but the drivers were 3 wide up Eau Rouge.
Oh, Storm gets a
A
penalty
Storm
for ignoring
yeah,
yellow
there was
flag.
yeah they were 3 wide up Eau Rouge. I'm not sure what that was about, but yeah, a few incidents between the drivers, but yes,
Kieran lets through Fuzz, lets through Connor.
The Kieran just went up to P7 and now he's back down to P10. And I do wonder if there's a few glitches possibly. Yeah, I do believe there's a couple of glitches possibly happening. Although both Calvin and Storm that pick those 5-second time penalties will actually have to serve them in the pit lane when they pit. So possibly they will try and get them removed after the race, just get 5 seconds removed. But yeah, you gotta think they're gonna be taken out of the window for a good finisher.
So nothing too interesting will ever happen under safety cars, but that just proves that you never know what can happen. And the penalties there for Storm and Calvin, very unfortunate. I do believe the ruling is if you do serve a penalty in the pit lane, it will not be removed after the race. So Storm's in the pits now. And I don't know if there will be served. We'll see here. Yeah?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
That is very smart
That
from
is a
the racing pit driver.
1,000 IQ play there from TTG Storm.
Nolan pits onto the hard. Mike comes back into the pits and puts on the mediums. We just said he was on the soft compound tyre. Let's just have a look. So Mike's made 3 pit stops now. So he pitted for a front wing change and went onto the mediums. He then picked the next lap onto a set of softs. No, Mike did what Storm did. Mike came into the pits and got rid of one of his 5-second time. Oh no! So Mike's got rid of both of his 5-second time penalties now. So that he did serve a 5-second time penalty while his front wing was being changed, or just before his front wing got changed, and then he pitted again and got rid of the other 5 seconds, and then pitted again to go onto the mediums. So he now has fresh mediums, and yeah, he is. Yeah, a couple of very smart plays from a few of the drivers. Both of the racing points getting rid of the 5-second time penalty. So yeah, it's just Calvin that now has a 5-second time penalty. But yeah, very smart from the Racing Point team. Mike, if Mike gets a podium, he would have got a podium at Belgium on a 3-stop strategy. And as the safety car's filling this lap, Mike is on mediums and he's pitted. He could get a podium with a 3-stop strategy, which would be incredible. But we'll have to see. We're gonna have hopefully 17 laps of green flag racing, as Heated now becomes the safety car and just backing everyone up coming through Blanchemont. It'll be interesting to see when he goes. He doesn't want to go too early, but he wants to get the jump on Mads.
Yeah, looks like he'll go after the chicane. Safety car is in the pit lane. Racing can resume. There he goes. So now heated.
Has a very... Has he gone now?
Yeah,
Yep.
he's
There
gone.
he goes.
So green flag back out here at Spa, heated with the very good jump, already 6/10 ahead of Mads. Is Philippe there? Peeks his nose with Mads. He's going to get the big slipstream now. Up through El Rouge and ready, on they go. Philippe got a little bit of the grass. Now Philippe trying to chase down Mads. Mads goes to the defensive side for the next corner. And Philippe tries to go around the outside. He gets the switchback. He cuts the corner bit. That'll probably be a warning. But Philippe gets ahead of Mads there. So a great move there from the McLaren drivers. A huge lockup for Mads. I don't think anything else has changed. I think that was the only battle.
No, nobody else has made a pass. Mike currently just battling the ghost cart of Danny. But yeah, no, Philippe has now passed Adrilo and Mads around the outside of Lecom. And he looks like he has a lot of pace compared to quite a few of the drivers. We'll see if he can keep up and possibly battle heated as Mads. Yeah, Mads, like we said in quali, I think Mads may have gone for a wet setup. He's really struggling to keep up with Philippe currently. Obviously, Adrilo on the medium struggling a bit outside the DRS window, which will be enabled not this lap coming, but the next lap, as Philippe gets within 6/10. So I'm just looking about Adrilo. He doesn't want to make any rash moves. As a few of the drivers, Calvin and Connor, just bottling up into the source, all nice and tidy. And yeah, how close can Philippe get using a lot of his overtake? Heaton has not touched his overtake on this straight, and Philippe used half of his deployment down that one straight. As Connor closes up to the back of Fuzz but can't make a move, likewise Calvin. And yeah, it's become the DRS train as Brandon picks up a penalty, but yeah, we're going to see a lot of just slipstreaming.
Yeah.
And yeah, Fuzz is really struggling on his mediums. Connor and Calvin are all over the back of him, but yeah, Fuzz, I think both of the Mercedes are really struggling at the moment. So I think maybe even just keep them what's temperature after the safety car.
Yeah, Fuzz locked up into Ravage, and Connor almost had a look there into No Name, but he couldn't get on the track. As Connor gets really close there to Fuzz as they run through Campus Corner, and now down to Blanchimont. We'll see if Connor, he's on the overtake, now he's off the overtake. See if he can get the move done. Connor to the outside. Late on the brakes, and he's ahead, but he's really deep into the corner.
Oh, here comes...
Whoa!
Oh, Frosty's lost
it! No!
Frosty too fruity on the traction as Mike sets a fast lap on the mediums, but yeah, Frosty too fruity on the traction and spun, and he has lost his front wing, and that is the worst place to lose your front wing just after the pit entrance, and now he's going to have to do a whole lap on those soft compound tyres without a front wing, as DRS has been enabled, and Philippe just managed, as Don has now passed Adri into Lecom. So the championship leader gets up into P4, but it's Adri's coming back at him as he just sticks his nose, but he does not go for the move, and yeah, Don should pull away now. Obviously the softs will be extended a bit further now than lap 8 because of the safety car, but I have a feeling that most people will probably pit around about lap 10, possibly 11, onto the mediums. Adri's slowly giving Don's not got the pace that he normally does. which is, it's strange because of how good he's been this is. Calvin is really struggling with his front wing. He'll be definitely hoping for a safety car. Rajon picks up a penalty. Philippe now in the slipstream of Heated, only 3 temps behind. As Adri as well, just sticking to the back of Don. And he'll pick up DRS. Heated has lost the back end. Philippe is now past and into the lead, but he goes past Heated as Kieran gets past Fuzz as well. Heated again, another driver that just lost the traction.
Yeah, but now he'll get the DRS down into the Lake Hom chicane as Heated loses it. He's got to back off. That was a very close call there for Heated. He backs off. Very smart.
He'll stay ahead of Morty though. It's Calvin finally.
Matt's very late on the brakes there. Almost ran into the back of Heated. My goodness.
A lot of drivers losing the traction wheel.
On to lap number 9. The front 3 now have broken away as Don continues to fall back from the top 3. As Mads pulls into the pits. So on lap 8 going on to lap 9. Or no, that's Philippe, my bad. Philippe pulls into the pits. I believe Kieran does as well. So maybe McLaren will not get held up by the Renault. So that is a very, very fortunate break there for Philippe, but he will come out in P14. We'll see where this will bring him out when Heated pits. Now Heated taking over the lead of this race once again. So it seems interesting to me that Philippe would pit on the same lap that he would usually pit if there wasn't a safety car. You'd think being under the safety car for that amount of laps, the tires could go a bit more than just 8 laps.
Yeah, definitely.
As you were saying, probably about lap 9 or 10, as Heated picks up or Philippe. Oh my. Yeah, Philippe picking up a penalty, so that will hurt him there at the end of this race. So I believe the last time we were in this part of the track, Don was 2.3 seconds behind the top 3. As MCR and Reggion are going at it. And our Regis did not get a good exit. Oh, as he pushes off Nolan there a bit. Reg was a bit wide there through Blanchimont.
He's into the pits.
Yep, Heat is into the pits. Fuzz is in the pits. Raj is in the pits.
Oh,
and Don's in the pits too. So the AlphaTauris are going to double stack here. Oh my.
Oh, they are. That's very interesting by... Very interesting call by Rajon. We had a front wing change.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
did see... I think he made contact with MCR because when MCR and him was battling, as Goldie and Brandon, the two Williams, into they come, and Goldie just shuts the door. Goldie going to the end, and he's already into P6. So that could be... Goldie's currently In fact, in a net P2.
Yeah.
And the closest person to him, I believe, is Storm, who has his teammate in the way. Oh, and Brandon. So yeah, that's yeah, Goldie could be looking on for a very nice podium. But yeah, MCR and Rajon. MCR went round the outside of Rajon, and I believe they made contact because Rajon lost like 4 tenths within a few car lengths down the straight. And then yeah, Rajon obviously not wanting to run with wing damage anymore, so he had to come into the pits right behind Don.
So now Mads is in the pits, the last of the soft runners. Comes into the pits. Adri now takes over the lead of this race. Fuzz up into P2, and everyone will probably shuffle positions. And we'll see where Mads comes out. It's definitely gonna be behind Philippe. Will he stay ahead of Heated and Don? Bit of a shortcut through the first corner, and he will get ahead there of Heated. Now Heated with DRS into Lake Hump Chicane 2, far back to make anything work. As Calvin sets the fastest lap of the race.
Now we do have the situation that we were discussing earlier where Adri and Fuzz now run P1 and P2 on the mediums, and it's going to be who is going to blink first and pull into that pit lane.
Yeah.
You've got to think it'll be Adrilo, but yeah, it's very... As Nolan is now... Yeah, you've got Nolan at P1. So the current order... Obviously, Adrian and Fuzz have to pit, so Nolan's net P1, MCR has to pit, Goldie is in the net P2 out of nowhere. Brandon has to pit, Storm is in net P3, you've got Mike and Philippe as Goldie goes past MCR, just nice and easy until they come. Yeah, you got Storm and Mike in a net P3 and P4, Philippe in P5. Mads has managed to get his way up to P6. He to put on the hard compound of tyre. Now that's very interesting. Maybe the Red Bull driver was struggling on his tyre wear in the first day as he locks up, and Don suddenly is looking like he can just mount an attack on him, but he's got Kieran right up behind him.
Yeah.
And then Connor and Raj just a bit behind. But yeah, Heated, I'm very interested why Heated put on the hard compound tyres. Kieran is looking at a move on Don. Don just parks it in the middle as Brandon gets overtaken by Mike.
It was Mike and Storm. I think he lost both of those positions.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if he ran wide.
Let's see if Fuzz or Adrilo pit. Adrilo does not pit. Fuzz does not pit either.
No.
And Nolan will be hoping to get in that DRS quickly because Goldie is catching. As I say that, he loses the back end a little bit. And loses a bit of time. And Nolan, can he keep the DRS window? He's just going to be inside it, so yeah, Nolan will close it to the back of Fuzz. And yeah, so Goldie's closest challenger. Wait, does MCR... I believe MCR actually... No, MCR does have to pit. Is he going to go for a move on Goldie? I don't believe. Yeah, no, he's not close enough. There, Goldie will hope that Storm and Mike do not catch up that quickly. And yeah, Philippe Mads as Don gets past Heated, nice and easy on the DRS. Philippe and Mads and Don, I can't see them catching, especially someone like Nolan, that quickly. They've got 5 seconds to Brandon, and then they've got like another 4 to 5 seconds just to Nolan, as Philippe runs very wide at P1. But yeah, Nolan, I think Nolan might have this in the bag very nicely.
Yeah, it seems like everything is played into his favor. And now...
hitting under the safety car.
Yeah. And now Adri and Fuzz. I feel like every lap we should just talk about who's going to pit as they run into the bus stop. But you gotta imagine, if they're in a party together, they could say, oh, there we go. Fuzz into the pits. So, the second place driver pulls into the pits. I was going to say, you gotta imagine.
And Brandon pits as well. Fuzz, he'll get out ahead of before Brandon's pitted.
I was going to say, you gotta imagine if Fuzz and Adri are in a party, they might have said, well, who has the worst tire wear, and we'll go with that. So maybe Adri, maybe he's a bit more conservative on the tires. So Brandon will pull out ahead of Raj for P14. Now Adri with the big lockup, so those mediums are probably getting close to medium well condition.
Fuzz running up. Fuzz running. Oh, and Heaton has hit the back of Fuzz, and Fuzz has been spun round. And Connor has major wing damage. He's hit the back of Fuzz.
I think
Fuzz
Kieran
just
does
putting
as well,
on. Yeah, there's a bit of end plate there as well. Oh, Heaton has gone from being on pole, and I don't know what has happened to Heaton in this race, but he's put on the hards, had no pace, got passed by Don, and now he's hit the back of. So Fuzz was going running outside in the Lake Hom, and yeah, just cut onto the racing line, and Heaton has just hit into the back of him, and yeah, Kieran and Connor, I think, either making contact with Fuzz or hitting each other.
Yeah.
But that is Kieran and Connor's race's rear end, and you've got I'm pretty sure Fuzz's race. He's now back behind Brandon. As MCR comes into the pit, Adri carries on. And we saw him lock up his tyres, so that's very interesting. Goldie now 3.5 seconds behind. He has Storm coming quite quickly on the mediums. As yet, Kieran pits and Connor pits as well. Fuzz luckily didn't pick up any wing damage, so he will be able to carry on, but yeah, that's very unlucky for the Mercedes driver.
Yeah. He's definitely going to be on the charge there for these remaining 7-8 laps, and now that is thrown out the window.
Storm and Mike are going to struggle in the next, I think, come lap 19, because they've been on their tyre. Well, Mike's been on his tyre since lap 6, Storm since lap 5, obviously pitting under the safety car twice to get rid of those penalties. As Fuzz picks up, I believe, a second penalty. But yeah, I think come lap 19, possibly 20, both of them are going to be struggling. Philippe's not catching. Philippe is not catching Mike. And we saw Philippe and Heaton have a lot of pace at the very start of the race, and yeah, Philippe just isn't catching. There's his yellow flag in sector 2, and that is, yep, Calvin is off the track at Lake Hom again.
I wonder if he locked wheels there with Connor or his teammate Kieran through the Lake Hom chicane, as they were running pretty close together. Adri's in the pits. Nolan picks up the race lead. Now let's see where Adri comes up, because this could be very interesting in terms of
how the race is going to turn out. He had a little bit of a gap to Philippe, obviously one of the shorter pit lanes. Philippe will pass him now, so will Mads. Where is Don? Don's just coming past him now. Adri though, coming out of the pits.
Come out side by side here.
He's
just
right,
behind him.
right close to him, and you got to think Adri, what he's just, will he pick up the DRS? I believe he will. He will, so he's got the DRS on Don now. If he can dispatch of Don quite quickly, he's got 2.5 seconds to Mads, and then Mads is behind Philippe. And if you've got Storm and Mike's tyres going off, Adri could possibly be looking at an unlikely podium.
Yeah, he's going to be absolutely flying through the second sector here, as this is where the softer the compound is going to shine.
Yeah, he's just got so much more grip than Don.
He gained 6/10 through that section of the track there.
Oh, look at Frupillon, just he's closing up. Is he? I don't think he's gonna have a go, but he's got so much more grip than Don. But Don's been really struggling today, like struggling quality in the wet, and here now we don't think Storm or Mike is gonna pit again, so this is for P7 on the track. And yeah, Don, like a P8, it's not what we've seen from him before, but yeah, maybe it's just not one of his stronger tracks on the calendar. Because yeah, Adri just braking later on the fresh rubber will get very nice traction out of the corner. You won't have a go into the source, you will have a look at Les Combes. As Don locks up his tyres a little bit.
And you got to think Don, knowing that he has such a big lead in the championship, that he is probably going to take these next few races a bit cautious.
Yeah.
Especially if maybe he knows that he doesn't have as much pace as he thought he would. But here comes Adri on the back, DRS.
Don does not play it.
No. And Adri's ahead halfway down the straight.
No. Yeah, Adri 2.8 to Mads, he'll push on. He's got 8 seconds to the podium. It's doable, but he's gotta gain 1.3, possibly 4 seconds a lap though. Which, and he's got to keep his tyres in check. Obviously, pitting a lot later as Mads picks up a penalty, so that will help Adri and help Philippe as well. Yeah, you could. The racing. If the Racing Points tyres do start to go off, they could start to slipstream each other and possibly try and pull away. Nolan has pulled out half a second in the past few laps on Goldie. Goldie just comfortably sitting on his hard tyres. I mean, we thought Nolan was gonna get up onto the podium, but I don't think either of us thought he was gonna be on the top step, did we?
Yeah, no. I mean, he's got 4 laps to the end. He's just got to keep it clean now. 4 seconds back to Goldie.
Ooh. I'm just having do you want to know about penalties, or should we have it as a surprise?
Let's hear some penalties.
So Nolan does have a penalty and 2 warnings.
So he's got to be a good boy.
Goldie picked up a 5-second time penalty, but I believe Goldie hasn't served it. According to the game. So yeah, Goldie hasn't served his penalty according to the game.
So we just saw there
obviously under the safety.
Mads gets ahead of Philippe. So now Philippe is in the clutches of Adri.
Yeah, not a lot of drivers, not a lot of the front runners with penalties. Obviously a few with 5-second time penalties, but I think most of them have served theirs. But yeah, Goldie, I believe if he hasn't served it, he'll be able to get removed, as Kieran has gone off where his teammate did, and Kieran has left. Hopefully that will not cause a safety car. It won't. His AI just managing to pull away. And yes, so Storm's lost a second, as Adri has got past Philippe just before Blanchimont. He's already onto the back of Mads as well.
Yeah, Philippe must
Now
have
Adri
had
is on a charge.
horrible exit there.
Storm is losing a lot of time. Storm has lost 1.4 seconds in the past 2 laps. Mike's not gaining either, so it's not like Storm's got a problem. So I think their tyres are now going off on lap 19.
Yeah, they gotta be.
Let's have a look. Yeah, Mads gained 2 tenths from the source. He's still gaining time, but he's gained 2 tenths from the source to just Lecon.
So as we see there, Mads is almost out of ERS as Adri sets a fastest first sector. Adri's got about 40-50%. Oh, I think Philippe went off there.
Oh, Heaton and Fuzz have made contact again at Lecon. Oh god. Fuzz went around. Fuzz loves the outside of Lecom. But not when it comes to Heated, because they've made contact again. Heated, yeah, he does not have any wing damage. They made contact again at Lecom. This time Heated was the one who almost spun. Yeah, Heated, I mean, started P1 and he's out of the points. Like, it's incredible how he's had so much pace in quality. And at the start of the race, he was flying, and now he's just got no pace at all.
Yeah.
But Nolan is up 11 positions, and Goldie started P16 and he is P2. The top 4 all started lower than P9, which is crazy.
Yeah, Mike's doing this on a 3-stop.
Yeah,
and I mean, two of those stops were just to get rid of penalties. So
we did say Mike Storm's got a big problem. He's lost 2 seconds, and that's to Mike.
So
I reckon Storm's pushed too hard.
Yeah.
Now, if the Racing Points were smart, they would let Mike go, as Adri has now got past it. Yeah, Mike has to get past Storm now. Mm-hmm. If Storm is losing this much time, Mike needs to get through now. But yeah, Storm's lost 2 seconds now to Goldie in the last lap and a half, and yeah, you can just see. Yep, so he's letting it through. There we go, into P1. A very weird place to let him through. Oh, Mike picks up a penalty.
Oh my goodness.
Being let through by his teammate, and Mads is sticking very close to the back of Adri. Because I believe Adri has a penalty as well. Can Mike? And we'll just have a check and see if Adri does it. No, Adri does not have a single warning. But no, he had 1 on the first lap, he does. But yeah, he's picked up only 1 warning, so yeah, unless either Goldie or Nolan, Calvin picks up another penalty, but yeah, unless Goldie or Nolan have a problem, I have a feeling Mike is gonna be sitting duck with that penalty to Mads and Adri, and possibly, I don't think so. There's only 2 laps left. I don't think Storm has the tyres or the grip, or is Adri losing back in a little bit.
Nice.
And here we go, Adri up a rouge, and surely this is going to be an easy overtake. Storm has almost pretty much run out of VRS. Oh, is Storm gonna... No, he backs out very wide from the racing point, and now Adri...
He's got 1.5 laps to do it, and it's looking very promising. And I'm actually kind of surprised that Storm really didn't try to hold up Adri there. He didn't put up much of a fight. I mean, with his worn tires, it might have been too much to ask for, but for your teammate...
I think Mike's tyres have gone up as well.
Yeah.
Because Mike's lost a second to Goldie on this lap. and I think it's because of the DRS and the slipstream. Yeah, look at Mads is up the inside of Storm, and yeah, Mads has got him. I think Storm will be okay.
Oh, he's hit the wall.
Did he get any? He did. He avoided that. He
didn't get wing damage. Wow.
How has he avoided damage there? We do not know. And commentator's curse. I was about to say Storm right then, but Andrew up the inside of Bloodshed, but he could not make the move. As we start the final lap with Nolan in the lead. Yeah, Andrew just wisely just backing off through the bus stop, and he will probably be looking for the move. But he's got to remember that Mads is still right behind him. Mads does have a penalty, so Mads will want to pass Mike on track because they both have a 3-second time penalty. And yeah, unless Adri picks up 2 warnings in this final lap, Mike, on an amazing restart, will not pick up a podium. There we go. Come to the con, they got very equal amounts of overtake. Oh, it's very late, and they're gonna push each other into the con. Oh, and yeah, Mike just doesn't have the tyres. Oh, and Mike's off.
Oh.
Mike's into the wall, and he doesn't pick up any damage either.
Man, these racing points built to last, aren't they?
The racing points are very durable. Mike has actually just left the overtake on for his final lap, even though he has none. Oh, there we go, he turns it off now. Oh no, he's turned it back on again. Oh, you can just see how much they're struggling.
Yeah. So,
and, yeah.
Either way, an incredible race. Maybe not the most exciting race we've had this season, but Belgium throws stuff at these drivers that no other track can, and the one that got it right today is the man in the Red Bull. I told at the beginning of the season if he won I would go absolutely crazy, and right now it seems like JD Nolan is gonna win the Belgium Grand Prix. It is a stunning performance, and we will see where he comes out, and I believe he has actually won this race. Yeah, JD Nolan is your winner here in Belgium. Goldie stays P2 and Adri to P3.
What a race.
What a race.
And after all that, Don was not able to pass either racing point. We saw how badly their tyres went off. They were on their tyres for 19 and 80 as Rajon cuts the bus stop. Unlucky in 14th, but yeah, Don was not able to pass either racing point. We saw how badly their tyres went off.
Yeah.
Both of them pitting on lap 3 and lap 4. But yeah, what a race from Nolan and Goldie. Nolan making up 11 positions, and Goldie with 14 positions come from P16. Both of them played it very smart under the safety car, putting on the hard compound tyre. I mean, Mike on a free stop, regardless of him pitting, regardless of him under the safety car, that is an impressive drive.
Yeah, he played it right, trying to get rid of those penalties, but I think everyone kind of knew the tires were just going to absolutely go off there at the end, and they did. But either way, Nolan dancing his way to the top step of the podium and winning one of the crown jewel races, as I consider this race to be. So there we go, the finishing order. The Belgian Grand Prix, JD Nolan winning his first race of the season. Goldie picks up P2, and Adri is on the podium. So there's your top 3 on the podium. Your points finishers from P4 to P12 will be Mads, Mike, Storm, Don, MCR, Fuzz, Philippe, your top 10, and then Heaton and Brandon picking up the scrapping points for 11th and 12th. Connor, P13, and then Raj, Calvin, Danny Boy, Kieran, and LFC rounding out the grid. We're not rounding out the grid, we're rounding out the order, I should say. And the man who I said would get third ended up getting first. So, I'm just going to go out and say it. Driver of the day, Goldie, for me. Lando?
Yep, Goldie. It's got to be P16 taking it under his own initiative to pit onto the hard compound tire under the safety car. And yeah, comes out just P2 and just a very consistent drive, even with the 5-second time penalty. Just managed to stay ahead of Adri, who, I mean, we got to give him credit, putting onto the soft cover of the tyre and managing to pass who we needed to get the podium. Is like, it's impressive. But yeah, no, Goldie, it's very close between Goldie and Nolan, but yeah, Nolan had the pace of a Goldie, but Goldie just a nice, consistent and smooth drive. Like, nothing he did wrong. And I think he'll be proud of himself, and hopefully will take that on to Monza and Singapore. But yeah,
I think everyone on the podium today deserves the driver of the day, so we'll give them each a third of a point, because they all had their fair share of races and different strategies to go with it. And but at the moment, the outcome will stay the same with Nolan, then Goldie, and then Adri on the podium. So that has been the Division 4 Belgium Grand Prix. During this race, Division 1 and Division 3 was happening. So head over to the League of Europe YouTube channel if you wish to watch those races. But coming up next, about maybe 10-15 minutes, will be Division 2 and Division 5. So, some fast guys and some slow guys. But, either way, the racing is always incredible in all divisions of League of Europe. And the track is going to stay the same. It still will be Belgium, so the racing is going to be there. It's going to be awesome. Me, myself, Alt Maverick, I will be in Division 5, and LaForndo, Orlando, whatever, he will be in Division 2. Hopefully not pitting the same lap as his teammate, but had to throw that one in there. Either way, thank you guys for joining us tonight, or this evening, or this morning. I know it's close to, 9 o'clock in Europe? And it's only 2 o'clock in America. So a whole range of time zones. That means it's probably midnight in Australia, but I don't think there's any Australians in this league. But either way, I've been Alt Maverick. That has been Lando Norris, the fraud. But either way. Yep. Take care, guys.